was a lot better there. But okay then. So actually, pretty much my perspective here for perfection comes from Instagram, because I put up a lot of my work there, and it wasn't work to begin with. I started off like 4 years ago with like a new phone and a new lipstick, and I couldn't like wait to document it and have everyone look at it, and that's about it. I kept doing that for a while there, to only realize that people somehow gained more out of it out of the blue. Like they saw perfect hair, they saw this, they saw that, and I would take like hours to do just like one look, get really excited to take a picture, put it up, and then get like really happy that everyone liked it, and that's it. Then I would just wash it off. Then I would be like, okay, I'm gonna go live my life now. So I kept doing that for a while, and then realized that people did this as a profession, like as a job. I was like, what are you doing in all your spare time? Like, what? Because this was supposed to be us documenting our lives, not living it on the internet. So I was very, very amused and taken aback. But this was 4 years ago, right? So 4 years ago, it was all right. You could do whatever you wanted on the internet. No one's going to say anything. Then I reached Bombay, where I was the only one who was talking about things like armpit hair, like having crazy hair days, having a scar on my hand, and being okay with it. But what I realized is that people started seeing content in it. I had brands like fit me in these kind of scenarios that they were like, you can talk about the trauma. I was like, but I got no trauma, man. Like, I'm good. Like, what trauma? So they were like, no, but you know the thing that happened 5 years ago, can you tap on that? And I'm like, I can. It is a process, getting to a place where you're comfortable with yourself. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about the journey of getting there. Let's not just make me a poster child who apparently now lives with a scar. That doesn't even hurt. Like, it's cool, it's just chill, like it's doing its own thing. But it's like the thing that everyone wants to focus on. And that narrative somewhere along the line just got out of hand very quickly. This happened in our space about 2 years ago. Everything became like, oh my God, I'm fighting for women who are doing this, who are doing that, who are doing... And I was like, why are we doing all of this? It really didn't make sense at some point. But I continued putting my work out there just because it was fun. I didn't really have anything particular to say. I was having fun. I had a job I used to do. I used to come back, buy more makeup, like wear it, take some nice photos. I had enough photographers to help me. And I wouldn't say that the critique wasn't there in my face. I mean, people were like, oh my God, you're fat. And I'm like, yes, I am. I like bacon. So it was okay. It was okay. So my story isn't about feeling the pressure to look a certain way. But it was suddenly this interpretation that because you look a certain way, you have nothing else to do but look like that. It was so many people trying to live the perfect life because they saw someone on Instagram do it. It took me, I'm 28. I changed my careers 3 times from 18 to 28. It has taken me so much time to understand what I wanted to do. It has been long, it has been tedious, it has been heartbreaking at some point. Nobody wanted to listen to that part of the story. They only wanted to listen to how did you get here? Can we just like amplify this further? Can we add a filter to it or something on those lines? That somewhere down the line is what irks me about perfection. I assume a lot of people here do perfect work. We like perfect work. Let's probably try and understand the sacrifice, the discipline, the crazies that go into it, as opposed to saying, okay, I can't have that. That is what deters all of us from trying something new, because we're like, that's how it is, instantly, that's how she's got it. Like somebody on the internet probably has 6-pack abs. They are getting up, they are running, they are managing to do it. Find those people, follow those people, support those people. Those are the people you should be inspired by, because that's superhuman in this world. It really is. And I don't think that gets the attention that it does. We are either going to be categorized as people who are aspiring or have achieved something, but a lot of us are just trying to get somewhere, documenting it on the way, and sometimes it looks a lot better because I come from media, so I know how to make every single picture look good, and I'm not going to stop at some point. Even in the worst picture, at some point, you kind of want to edit it just a little here and there because you know how to do it. That's about it. ask them why you're doing what they're doing. Ask them how they did what they did. Like there are moms out there with 3 children with 6-pack abs. Ask them the right questions. We are busy asking them why only this, why only that. Why aren't we asking them how did they get there? That for me is really, really important. I think everyone right now is busy marketing on the sadness that comes with every kind of scenario. We need to reach a place where we explain to people how hard it is to come to a place of so-called their version of perfection. It has taken me 7 years to wear something like this. I started off as this dusky little girl in Singapore who wore full sleeves every day and black all year round because that's the only color I could relate to. It has taken me so much time to reach where I am, and nobody wanted to talk about that. And I still can't find the platform. I've eventually just given up. I just randomly post a picture and I'm like, yay me. That's about it. But I really would like people to talk about every single thing that they've probably done. It's a tedious process. There's no way to do it. I pretty much stopped trying to do it altogether. But I'm here in this space because I want to hear you guys out and see what your journeys have been, because it does look like you've reached some place in your life where you can define what your perfect is. However imperfect it may look to someone else, it looks fabulous to you, and that's exactly what I want to know. And I hope that's what you look for in other people's Instagrams also. I know I made this a lot about generic because I know you look at fashion bloggers, you look at certain other people and you think they have the perfect lives, but I work with them. I employ them, and I know moms who are getting up at 4 a.m., getting their children out of the door, getting crazy amount of content, which I just don't know how they're doing, and getting back to a job, coming back, still doing more. These are the people you want to follow. These are women and men who are doing crazy amount of things in their time. That for me is perfect. Even if their pictures aren't that great, how they're putting up their time, how they're using their time, no one's really documenting that enough. So I would only say that everyone here, I think the only reason why we look at social media a certain way is because we think they live completely different lives that we do. On the contrary, I think everyone just documents their best moment, and our conversations need to start talking about how they got there, why it inspires them, where it's taking them from there, and where we can learn something in their entire struggle. Because the whole idea here is to be open to other people's lives, right? Lives we've never seen before. I mean, grandmas who are rapping in some God knows where. I mean, you really want to try some of that once in a while. So yeah, that.